Oh, boys, do you know that guy Aurelian Tchouameni, the one we've been talking about all summer long, the one that we said was the A-star priority for Manchester United? He is staying at Real Madrid. Yeah, we have officially been baited by Tchouameni. It came out last night from Fabrice Hawkins, I believe it's called, then followed up by Romano. He is staying at Real Madrid. He has agreed to sign a new contract extension. Manchester United are done. We are dead in the water with this Tchouameni deal. We can't even have one day as Manchester United fans. You get the news about the new signing of Andre Santos, and you're thinking, right, let's go and do a bit of digging on him. Let's look at the data. Let's look at some compilations. Let's look at what he's going to bring to Manchester United, or at least that's what I do when we sign a new player. 2 or 3 hours later, Tchouameni's done. You sat there with the prospect of Santos, Edison, and Tchouameni being your midfield three, and then all of a sudden that is wiped clearly off your slate. And whatever you think about Tchouameni coming to Manchester United, whether you thought we were going to get that deal done, the idea of him coming to Manchester United was a lovely thought. He was the one that I've always said Manchester United needed to prioritise, because I think stylistically he is perfect to come into this team, partner Kobe Manu, and he is the ceiling raiser. Santos, Edison are not that for this Manchester United team. But it's done. Manchester United are officially out of the race for him. And my question is now, where next for Manchester United? Because the news broke after the Santos deal that Manchester United still intend to sign a marquee signing. Now, whatever you call marquee, whether it's name or whether it's price or whether it's ability of that player, I'm not sure who that player is now, because even if Alex Scott is 70 or 80 million pounds, to me he's not marquee, because he's not necessarily coming in and saying, right, I'm starting every single game I'm fit. Tchouameni would have done that. Is it a Kone? Is it a Kamara? Is it a Steeler? Is it a Sander Berg? Do you know what I mean? This is the type of players that we're talking about now. You've still got the Premier League proven ones of the likes of Adam Wharton, the likes of Carlos Baliba. I don't know where Manchester United go. I genuinely don't. I was looking last night at some data in terms of, if you've used Data MB before, it basically provides you a circle of all of the attributes you want from a midfielder. So like forward passes, defensive contributions, duels, carries, all that type of stuff. And it gives you a nice visual of what style of player that is. So if you look at like a Kobe Manu, he is quite heavy in terms of carrying and forward passing. So his spike might be up here, but then his defensive duels are in here. I put in Edison, Santos, and Kobe Manu, and it provides a really nice circular visual. Yes, they haven't got the elite touch points of a Tchouameni in terms of being the best at duels or the best at this, but it's a nice mixture of a midfield. I think Manchester United still need that quintessential number six, that guy who's going to sit in there. And I'm not entirely sure who that is in the market. Steeler's a bit more of a deep line playmaker. Yes, he'll get involved in the defensive side of the game. Baliba, we know he can do that side of the game, but on the ball are his limitations. Adam Wharton, great on the ball, not necessarily the defensive side. So what this makeup of this Manchester United midfield is going to look like, I have no idea what it's going to be now, because I always felt Tchouameni was the one that was going to kind of stabilise and cement where this midfield was going. It's going to be really, really interesting. We're going to hear a lot of links now. We're going to hear players potentially wanting to join United. Maybe someone like a Wharton pops back into the equation. Maybe Baliba pops back into the equation. But it's a bit of a worry for Manchester United. And this is coupled with the news that broke last night. So we'd all been questioning the Edison deal. Why has he not done his medical? Why is he not at Manchester United? Why is it not being confirmed? And it came out last night that something has come up in the initial medical, and Manchester United want to do a second, more thorough medical. Now, I said this last night when I spoke about the Santos, that I think the Edison deal might be breaking down, and that backs that up. Now, I had to look at his injury record. He'd actually done or had a meniscus injury at the end of last season, which he returned from within like 30 days. Now, if any of you have had knee injuries or you know about any sort of meniscus injury, they can be a little bit tedious and a little bit difficult to kind of diagnose where you're going to recover from that. 30 days and then going to a World Cup doesn't feel like proper recovery to me. So whether that's flagged up at Manchester United are thinking, no, we want more detail about this injury, because United cannot risk a player coming in and then getting a big injury. That'd be absolutely devastating for this squad. So that's where I think the Ederson deal's at. I think he's going to come to the UK over the next couple of days and do that more thorough medical, and then we'll probably get an evaluation after that point. I think Romano said then they'll make the decision and speak to Atalanta. So it's an interesting one. We are sat here currently with only one guarantee, and that is Andrea Santos, who I'm excited about. That's been a little bit displaced by the Tchouameni deal, but yeah, it's a really interesting one. Do United look at this and say, right, we aren't getting a marquee signing, we need to now get another 40-50 million pound midfielder, so we've still got 3 midfielders, and then maybe look at a left back and a left winger? All of the noise has been, we'll only sign a left back or a left winger. Maybe that pivots, maybe we change our plans. I don't know what I'd do. I have been so deep in the Tchouameni news that I have not really considered the idea that he wouldn't sign, which is naive from me. I should know as a Manchester United fan, there was a very real possibility that we were getting used, because I've seen it with Sergio Ramos, I've seen it with Frenkie de Jong at Barcelona, I've seen us chase these players, and it's not necessarily bad negotiations, it's just the fact they're playing for Real Madrid. Like, if Real Madrid want him to stay, he wasn't going to leave. I've always said that, but I just felt like Madrid were looking to push him on. That's not happened. Whatever is happening behind the scenes, we are not aware of, but this is just another spanner to the works, like the Fernandes, like the Anderson, like the Tonali, like the Agati injury, like the Ederson medical. This is another spanner to the works for Manchester United, and things aren't going to according to plan. We can get back on track for next season, we can reschedule, we can revisit targets, we can go and make deals that we weren't expecting, like I say, the left back and the left winger, or maybe a striker. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know where Manchester United are going to go. Tchouameni, it's disappointing. I think he'd have been brilliant for Manchester United, but I'm not too downbeat on it because he's staying at Real Madrid. He hasn't joined Southampton or Chelsea. Like, he's staying at Real Madrid. So it's one of them. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the Tchouameni deal. Let me know where you think we're going to pivot next. There's so many midfielders in world football that I like, so I might do like a bit of a free backup options for Manchester United, and it hopefully be names that you haven't really heard of or discussed that much this summer. I might do that in the next couple of days. But yeah, get down in the comments, let me know what you're thinking. Are you deflated about this? Are you excited about Andrea Santos? Get down there, let me know what you're doing, and I will see you in the next one.